guys, it's Black Rat from 287 and welcome to the channel. So today we're gonna talk about the brand new tech that we have access in our state. So this is the one which is new. So it's called Faithful Guard and it's unlocked on SX18. So let's have a look about what we have here. So we're going to start with the first row. So when reinforcing others, your footman resistance increase. It's going to increase by 10%. So really not something very important, because actually when you're going to reinforce other guys, it's already that your situation is not really great. It's when your hive is getting attacked or something. So usually those stats are not very important. So of course this is going to be for all this type of troops. So we're going to stay on the footman one. So when reinforcing others, your footman might going to increase. So it's going to be the same. This one was resistance and this one going to be for might. It's going to be also 10%. So also something not very useful actually. And now we have immediate support. So higher marching speed when reinforcing others. So we have 50%, which is huge. It's really a big buff on the speed, but is this super important? Not that much, really not that much. All those things about reinforcing are not very interesting, because as I say, the situation that when you're reinforcing someone, well, we're going to say that the most important one going to be when, for example, you're going to put a very strong castle somewhere and you need to defend it, the guy going to tank. Well, it can be interesting, but usually when you are in the hive and everyone is attacking you, it's not really the most important thing to put the stats on the reinforcements. It's better actually to have you yourself the best defensive stats as possible. So, okay. And it's kind of costly actually. 1k, there's 20, it's going to cost a lot of medals to increase. Okay, now we have fighting pose. So all the soldiers siege resistance increase. So when you're going to attack, your resistance is going to be increased by 20%. Okay. So usually we have 10% on each deck, but here we have 1% for one level. So here we have all soldiers siege defense resistance. So it's going to be the same, 20%. Okay, obviously. Then you have wall soldier might increase by 20% also. And obviously here going to be for the defense might, and it's going to be also the same. Okay, so this is going to be for the tanking. So it's, in my opinion, a little bit more interesting than the reinforcing stats, but also this is going to be more important for those very strong castles. But still a good stat. It's costly a little bit, but it's good stats. Now we have first aid. So in desert expedition, the share of heavy injuries will be reduced when engaging in battles to reinforce others. Okay, wait. Okay, so we have 20% of the heavy injuries. So this is that what it means. So in desert expedition, I think that desert expedition means when you're on the state or doing key. I think it's not gonna work for Eden. This is only when you're gonna do key. So when you're gonna reinforce someone, the troops that are gonna go to the hospital gonna be less. That's what it means, because heavy injuries, it's the troops who's gonna be to hospital that you need to heal. If you don't heal, they don't come back. So it's gonna reduce. So really not important also. I don't like it. And almost everyone, every player now do their cop by training or for exchanging. No one do key, so not that great. Until now, I really don't like what we have here, but it's gonna be more interesting. So now we have increased might, so 20%. So for footman, and then for the 3 types, here it's gonna be obviously, no, it's not gonna be defense, okay, wait. We have footman, yeah, just might. And then we have tactical resistance. And this is really getting interesting because you have 40 levels, but the first ones are not very costly, but 30 levels, of course, going to be a lot. But we have 24%, no, 40%. Wow, I didn't really saw the percents. It's the first time I'm really seeing it. 40% tactical. This is huge. This is really huge. Okay, so we have, yeah, just might, and then we have tactical resistance. Okay, that's really huge. 40%. It's really strong. Really a lot. Okay, this is really interesting. Those 3 here gonna be really interesting to get. Then you have shield wall. The number of reinforcements you can receive will increase, so by 1 or by 2. So when you're gonna max this, you can have 2 more reinforcements. So also, I'm not a fan of those things, except when you're gonna be the tank of your team. This is gonna be important, but not a main thing to make you stronger. So now we have tactical might for the 3 troops also, and it's gonna be the same, 40%. That's huge. And then we have increase footman, and it's gonna be how much? 30%. My god, this is really huge. Oh, okay, I see now. Wait, let me see. Okay, you can see here we have the normal medals, but after this it's gonna be the wisdom medals, and it's really costing a lot. 6.8k for 1 level. So just see what's gonna be for the 20 levels. But the buffs are huge, because even if you just do 1 level, it's going to be 1.5%. It's really a lot, because the HP is really one of the best stats in the game. I will put like damage on the top. With HP, it's kind of both are great. Then you're going to have under, in terms of the, I can say, like to classify the best stats, then you're gonna have the tactical might or resistance, and then you're gonna have the normal might and normal resistance. So this is really huge. Because here you can get not here. So here you can get 40 tactical, then here you can get 40 tactical might, so the other tactical defense, and then here 30% HP. It's huge. Really huge. It's gonna cost a lot for the HP, but really worth. It's gonna be really worth, but it's gonna take a long time to do it. So here we have higher marching speed when reinforcement. So it's the same, so more 50%, I guess. So you're gonna have like 100% speed. Okay. And then we have the 3 last rows. So we have when reinforcing others, the resistance increase. So 20%, okay, and here it's gonna be the might, 20% also. And for the last one, I didn't read. Okay, it's gonna be, you'll be able to reinforce a single castle with more troops. What? With more troops? Okay, that's weird. It means that you're gonna reinforce and your legion gonna have more troops, I guess. Weird. Okay, 29k wisdom medals. What the hell? My god. Okay, not really interesting. Okay, what's my opinion on this? So the thing is that the first ones for me are really not necessary. Until here, everything here, it's really not necessary, this part. But then when you get the tactical here and the HP, that's really huge, but really costly. So this technology have good, have bad, but obviously if you finished all the ones that you need to finish here, like for example, because obviously you need to finish Rider, it's really important to finish Rider. Imperial Guards, I just didn't did archery because I don't play a lot archery, but the others are maxed. And here I try to reach the HP, the most important stat. So I am in the, yeah, here actually it's really interesting, but it's wisdom medals. So I stop it when you start to use the wisdom medals. I just started to go a little bit here because we have HP, but let's take a look. So for example, the first level here going to be 2.5 for 0.5. So 2.5. And let's see with the HP here. Where it was. So we say 2.5 for 0.5%. And here it's a little bit more costly actually. Because 2.5, no, I'm saying bullshit. No, it's not. It's less costly actually, because 2.5 you're gonna get 0.5. So if you do it in 3 times, you're gonna need 7.5k to get 1.5%. So actually here the HP is a little less costly in wisdom medals to get percent. So it's actually more worth. But of course you need to get there. So you're gonna need to spend on all of these decks that are actually not that great. So that's going to be the thing that I'm going to need to think if I'm going to continue to push my Art of War with the Wisdom Medals to get here you can see also it's Tactical Might, but it's only 5 and cost a lot. So I think I'm going to go for the other tech actually, because it's really more costly here to get those persons, and the persons are really small. So I think it's going to be interesting to push for this tech if you finished the things that I showed upper. But yeah, it's really annoying to do those things right here. All those things are really useless. But if you go for this, I really recommend to stop in the HP here, not go for the things under. It's really not interesting. Those things here are going to be super costly, cost a lot. So if you're going for this tech, I really recommend to stop here. Take the HP. It's going to be the most important, but the tech is really good actually. It's really, really good. It's going to be really interesting to upgrade it, but it's going to take a long time, really long time. And as you can see, I still have some work to do. So, but for those who are more advanced than me, they are like they don't know where to use their medals. They are using here, but this tech is so much expensive for so really bad. This one also, it's really a bad tech. So those two techs are really useless. Lofty, it's useless to go more than what I did because here it's a Sanctuary. So not very interesting. I just didn't push much those because it's archery. I don't play much, as I say. So it's going to be a really good tech for the people who finished the most interesting things right here in those 2 lines. And they obviously need to go for this instead of going for Melee Legion and Lofty Realm. So basically, well, a good tech, but you need to pass all the shitty techs first. So it's going to be annoying, but it's going to be a good tech to spend your medals. So we finished with this small review. I see you soon for the next, and peace out.